Rebekah. I'm a traveling trainer, and I'm here today bringing you a testimonial from our client Doug Frost. So Doug, it's really nice to see you. We usually train online, so seeing each other in person is a rarity. How have you been?
I'm good, and you're right, it's nice to not see you on a little tiny screen.
Just for once.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all good.
So you have a really cool line of work. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, yeah, I work in the wine and spirits industry in various different channels. But the big gig for me the last couple of years is I'm running a winery in Walla Walla, Washington, even though I'm here in Kansas City. So I travel a lot in a normal year. In the COVID year, not so much. But sometimes, unfortunately, like this week, miss out on my appointment because I was up in Walla Walla trying to make good wine.
Well, we got it done. So how did you hear about traveling trainers?
So the connection with traveling trainers really was pretty coincidental. My wife was just looking online, and I couldn't even tell you where she saw the link, but she saw a link or a comment that somebody had made, and I think it was a personal comment, and so she just clicked on the link and went to the site and did some reading, and then said to me, "You need to look at this." And it was one of those, okay, I will. And she was like, "You should do this." And I was like, okay, I will. I'm pretty amenable to these sorts of things, but I had just pretty much failed at most of the exercise regimens that we in the past tried to adopt, mostly because I'm on the road 200 plus days a year. So it was really, really difficult to make it work. When you're dealing with classes at specific times and there's no flexibility there, that became a big problem for me. So I'd always end up falling away from those things because it's like, well, I can't go this week and I can't go next week. And the next thing you know, it's been 3 weeks and you're kind of like, why am I even paying for this? This is dumb. And there you go. So this worked out so much better that I could, as I still do, and go, hey, I know 10 o'clock on Tuesday is what we said, but can we do like 5 o'clock? And you're quite helpful in that.
True, we are flexible.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me. So.
Well, it's worked out super well for us. We loved having you. What would you say has been the biggest benefit for you?
Well, there's no question that I have lived mostly a sedentary existence for at least the last 20 or 30 years. Although I do a lot of public speaking has its own, sort of exercise regimen, if you will, but nonetheless, really, I just had no organized exercise program whatsoever, and that was really going to cause problems. I'm in my mid-60s, and I was starting to run into issues because I wasn't working on my flexibility, and wasn't working on my core, and I really wasn't doing enough cardio. Mostly I would be doing repetitive sort of stuff that was exercise in and of itself. We've talked about this, dragging 30 and 40 pound boxes of wine up and down stairs, 50 cases at a time. That's a lot of exercise, but it's the same exercise over and over again. And so what was really useful to me was immediately we started working on improving core strength, which clearly was lacking, and then looking for greater flexibility and mobility and a more holistic view of it, rather than I can carry 40 pounds on my shoulder, which was pretty much what I did, walking around like that.
Hopefully they're getting easier to carry, right?
Actually, I'm carrying fewer of them, even better. So yeah, it's fine by me.
So what do you think the future looks like for you?
I need to increase the cardio, on our off days. I think that needs to be something that I need to do, and increase stretching on our off days again. But no, I feel very, I've been, it's been well over a year now, a year and a half, and I've been extremely satisfied with the way that we've been able to figure out what we need to do, and when it's time to back off of stuff, because, if you're in your mid-60s, trust me, there are moments when you're like, hey, can we not work this part, for a week or two? So that's been really, really good. So for me, it's just a matter of continuing to go in this direction.
Have you tried any other workout programs before this, and how did you feel like they compared?
Well, yeah, I certainly have over a lifetime of doing a lot of different things. I've tried a lot of different things, and the regular class at a regular time on a regular day doesn't work for me because of my travel schedule. And I've done utilized briefly personal trainer programs where they've set up weightlifting programs or set up programs and such, but it's pretty much, here's your program, later, and if something changes or if you feel like you need a particular muscle group worked or whatever it is, there's nobody there. You're on your own pretty much at that point. So this was clearly an improvement for me. And I think whereas maybe 20 years ago, I was okay trying to do my own thing. Nowadays, it's more important to have somebody who's kind of guiding me through where we're going with this. And when I feel like something is being overworked or underworked, I can draw attention to that, and Rebekah responds to that. So I find it very useful, and I'm glad that I was able to make this work with my schedule, with your schedule. I would just have to say, what happened in the past for me was I would tend to fall away, and now I don't. I've got somebody on the other other side of that screen, or in the pre-COVID days, walking in my house, who can say, keep going, keep going, keep going. So it matters. I mean, it really does have an impact. And so after a year and a half, I'm gung-ho. For my way of looking at it, it depends upon what everybody's personal needs are. So everybody has a different situation. For somebody in my situation, there really is no substitute for this. This is the only way that I'm going to be able to continue to do this and get better at what we're doing. So yeah, for people in my situation, I'd easily recommend this.
It's been really awesome to meet your daughter Hannah too, who works out with us sometimes. I love making it a family affair.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and of course we do it over Zoom, so there's two of us up on it's like a meeting, only it's better, and because we're working out. But yeah, it's been extremely helpful for Hannah as well, in so much as she, like me, has a really busy job. She's on the road as well, and so the idea that we can set a time, set a schedule that works for both of us has been really, really great. And for my part, it's fun to see my elder daughter on the other side of that screen working out, and we can talk, and of course talk afterwards and all that stuff. So yeah, that's being able to exercise with somebody else. Even in the COVID era, we're doing it through Zoom. It works out great.
Thanks so much for your time, Doug. For more information, please email us at info@travelingtrainers or look us up at travelingtrainers.com.